Hello everyone, I am Mariola Cabal Aurelios and today we will going to discuss the 2030 agenda together with my partner Miss Lyra Cabang. So let us start. The 2030 agenda is universal, transformative, and right-based. It is an ambitious plan of action for countries, the UN system, and all other actors. The agenda is the most comprehensive blueprint to date for eliminating extreme poverty, reducing inequality, and protecting the planet. And now let us hear from Ms. Lyra if what is 2030 agenda all about.
Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. This agenda is a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. It also seeks to strengthen universal peace, enlarging freedom. They recognize that eradicating poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty, is the greatest global challenge and an indispensable requirement for sustainable development. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 targets, which we are announcing today, demonstrate the skill and ambition of this new universal agenda. They seek to build on the Millennium Development Goals and complete what this did not achieve. They seek to realize the human rights of all and to achieve gender equality and the empowerment of all women. They are integrated and indivisible and balanced the three dimensions of sustainable development: the economic, social, and environmental. The third one is the goals and targets will stimulate action over the next 15 years in areas of critical importance for humanity and the planet. The main target of this agenda is the people, planet, peace, and partnership. People, we are determined to end poverty and hunger in all their forms and dimensions, and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potentials in dignity and equality and in a healthy environment. Planet. We are determined to protect the planet from degradation, including through our sustainable consumption and production, sustainably managing its natural resources, and taking urgent action in climate change so that it can support the needs of the present and future generations. Peace. We are determined to foster peaceful, just and inclusive societies which are free from fear and violence. There can be no sustainable development without peace, and no peace without sustainable development. Partnership. We are determined to mobilize the means required to implement this agenda through a revitalized global partnership for sustainable development based on a spirit of strengthening global solidarity, focused in particular on the needs of the poorest and most vulnerable, and with the participation of all countries, all stakeholders, and all people.
The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development was launched by a UN summit in New York on 25 to 27 September 2015 and is aimed at ending poverty in all its forms. The UN 2030 Agenda envisages a world of universal respect for human rights and human dignity, the rule of law, justice, equality, and non-discrimination. The 2030 Agenda has 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The first goal is end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Second, end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Third, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Fourth, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Fifth, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Sixth, ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Seventh, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Eighth, promote sustainable, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Ninth, build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. 10th, reduce inequality within among countries. 11th, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. 12th, ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. 13th, take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. 14th, conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. 15th, protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. 16. Promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. And lastly, the Goal 17 strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. And that was the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of 2030 Agenda, acknowledging that the UN Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change is the primary international intergovernmental forum for negotiating the global response to climate change. And that's all our report today, and hopefully you've learned something from our report. Thank you for watching. God bless.